Okay, guys, we are back at it with the most active stocks on the market. These stocks are high volume. These stocks are highly volatile. Some of them are looking better than others, and all of them on this entire list are looking good as today has been coming in for a more decent day for the stocks as things are still holding up more bullish coming into the very beginning of a whole brand new month. And if you've been following along with us along in my section in the Banking with Billy Discord, you already know what's next. And we've been catching all of these bull runs today, not only those ACHRs and HOVRs, but also locking in great gains off of those OPTTs as well. Another one of those things alerted down into the safe, easy, early season. Like I tell you guys, I already know what our plan is. We're going to go ahead and lock in the great gains off of our swing trades. Let those big runners run. Okay, have your 7 to 15% stop loss set. And in between all of that, we'll be catching our IWMs. And in between all of that, we'll be catching our QQQs, making sure that we are on time or on point for those big options trades, locking in gains off of every single way possible across the board. And make sure you join in on the Banking with Billy Discord. And welcome anybody joining in on the Banking with Billy classroom. Currently doing a update on a most active stocks on the market, and anybody can join in on the Banking with Billy Discord. I do give these new member free trials and orientations and whatnot during trading hours and stuff. I'm gonna have our classroom locked down for only me and the insiders, but in the meantime, I'll be unlocking it so we can all participate, and then I'll leave it open for the weekend so we can all still be doing our thing and whatnot. But let's get right into it now with OPTT. I already know many of you didn't catch the OPTT. We are learning this down in the safe, easy, early C at the very beginning, and this is still primed to come in for another bull run. Notice here on OPTT spiking up to about that 81 cents. The peak, pretty much where it gets at to. We would lock in gains off of OPTT before the market opened up. This is at 7:30 a.m. Why were we locking gains that early, West? Why not just hold in? Because we were seeing this thing touching up towards that overbought and dangerous on your 15-minute chart trading time frame. We already knew that those 15-minute chart traders and swing traders and whatnot were going to be getting ready to lock in gains. You can't go for everything for a long term, and you don't need to. Like I would, if you still learning for one, you're just a swing trader. You're not finna learn anything off a long-term investment at all. There is no skill there. And you're gonna be able to digest all the skills and techniques going for those fast day trades and whatnot. You are the swing trader getting in at the very bottom when I'm putting out those alerts for OPTT along in my section saying OPTT is for the safe, easy, early seat, and you want to be in there at least that 40 cents or lower. And you catch multiple bull runs in these things. You don't so like if you just a swing trader, you lock in the gains. When you lock in those gains, you can catch another dip coming in because you look at your 15-minute chart, you'll be able to see your 15-minute chart. In most cases, on most stocks, comes in for most dips. OPTT looking beautiful, and right now with the average volume of 13 million, you got a current volume of 218 million. This stock at 68 cents, still up about 36% with a free float on 122 million. This thing is gonna need a little bit more volume to come in until the next day because it's probably not going to be holding up here to the most active list, especially since coming into the week is new stocks coming up for that big move. What kind of stocks, you ask? I already know it's about to explode next. I just alerted out the whole list of new swing sets for the week along in my section. Not going to show you these now, but I will update those. In fact, I already scrolled past it. Yep, so here you go right here. Just because you could have just paused and seen it anyways. But yeah, if you want to see these are the next stocks. Some of these are already exploding. In fact, check this out. Just so you understand. So like, cause you know where to trade it, you probably be going for the most active stocks when you be waking up because they got the most volume. I remember those days and whatnot. You don't want to be young. You don't want to mess around like that. What you want to do is catch those 52-week lows and over. So there's like 40 of them down that list. It's a lot of them, so it comes down to deciding what the best ones are. And of course, you know where to trade. You don't know how to do none of that stuff just yet. And if you busy and be having to work and stuff like that, you don't got time to be managing through 50 different stocks at the same exact time, hoping that one of those is the best one for you. Well, that's where I come in handy because I go through all 50 of those stocks and I pick out what your best ones are for those stocks, making those clean, oversold, bullish divergence, bull runs coming in for the safe, easy, early seat. So you can trade with no fear, no pressure, and no anxiety looking at a stock coming in for the next round of the bullish divergence. And then you like in games where you feel comfortable. I tell you, that's 7 to 15% guaranteed in reversal. You got CATO at 7%. Lock that in if you really feeling nervous, but they got a gap to fill towards 6. You got Encore already pushing up about that 15%. That 7 to 15% is guaranteed in reversal. And notice here at that 15% where they want to start to lock in gains there because the people lock in gains at they 15%. Notice here on CATO where it's slowing down around that 7% because these stocks get to slowing down around that 7 to 15%. That 7 to 15% is guaranteed in reversal. And those probably the favorite ones on this list, Kato and Anko. There's a few other ones, but we look towards the after hours that are so we don't gotta deal with our day traders. Low stats, we ain't talking about these right now. Let's get back into it with XTIA, the aerospace, coming in for a hot bull run over the last few days from 3 cents up to the highs, about that 6 cents. They got a big pullback today. That's a big red candlestick coming up in there. They might not even be buying that back up. With an average volume of 34.46 million, their current volume is getting up to 138 million on the XTIA and got a free float of 184 million. Right now on XTIA stock, this is a super extremely wrecked penny stock. In fact, if I go down to you, how wrecked you ask? Well, I'll show you by going down to your monthly chart. You'll be able to see this thing super wrecked. Look at this. Look at this. I can't even say it. No, that's five quintillions up there. This stock was never at a price like that. For them to even get up to even, I've never even seen it like that before. For them to even be looking like that, that mean that they have to come in for the most reverse splits out of every stock in the world. They hanging on here for dear life. And I'm glad to be able to point that out to you before you go in here talking about, oh, the XTIA must be the best thing ever. No, they done did. They done did every reverse split. I didn't even know companies can get enough reverse splits to make they stock price get to looking like that. That's crazy. But where we at though? Yeah, your balance sheet. Keep an eye on your balance sheets. You'll be able to see if you got the total assets outdoing the total liabilities. Looking decent on the XTIA right now. I'm not going for the XTIA, but we'll be able to see that in the Bankable Billy Discord. They've been already going for the XTIA. And make sure you type in your tickers right. Like when you go into a stock and you might just get one letter wrong, that would just throw off everything, you know. So because like especially if you're like the most active stocks and day trades, you really got to be fast and on point, especially if you're going for options. Don't press it. Don't press one wrong button. You're going for an option. You just missed out on a whole 300% gain in a matter of seconds, you know. But yeah, I don't mess around like that. Let's continue on with SMCI. Okay, the SMCI, this is going to be a very good one. The super microcomputer, they are going to come in for a non-stop, consistent, clean, and bull run, following along with the trends of NVIDIAs and AMDs and all that stuff like that. They're making those big microchips, the ones that are going to take us into getting closer to being a type 1 civilization. And SMCI is not only cheaper in stock price than NVDA, making those NVDA investors and to people like those tech sectors and whatnot want to go for this one, especially you can see in a clean bull run coming in from lows of $17 up to the highs of what is right now $41. This is crazy on SMCI, and this is going to be coming down to NVIDIA. Oh, NVIDIA not up here no more. Oh, here we go. That's crazy. This is the first time we ain't seen NVIDIA up here on the most active list and for long forever. Well, so we got to look deeper into the video over on your Moomoo investing platforms. You really understand the overall formation and movement of what's going on with this thing right now, because many of you new traders do not know that the video came in for a split back when they came in for said split back when they went from about $1,200 all the way down to the lows. They end up $90 down there where they would come in for that next round of the bull is diverging. So they've been buying this thing up from that $90 down there, pushing this thing up to the highs of what you see now, this $140. Why isn't the video so choppy up here, you ask? Well, why don't people just want to load and hold if they know that this is the best thing for the future, especially when they said this thing got a full gap to fill towards $1,200? Well, because it's a lot of people go for these bigger things like the NVDAs, us small retails, we're not finna buy a million shares of this in the video at $139. So for us who, we still learning and we ain't got the amount of money yet in the portfolios, well, we gonna go down for those options trade. Where that's at? Somewhere down here. we gonna go for those options trades, and you'll be able to get those things at a much cheaper premium, give you at a much cheaper price, and people be trading these options in and out, making these things come in for such rounds of volatility that you see. Big Wells be playing around in there nonetheless, though. But we're not even on the video. Where we at? We on SMCI. SMCI finna be doing what the video does later on, in time, and coming into 2025 here. It's about to be the time for the markets. I tell you. So if you are just now getting into the markets, you getting in at the perfect time before everything truly, really takes off. And what do I mean by that? Well, you don't know, and many people in the markets don't know, because a lot of those people y'all be watching, those YouTubers, those are the owners and stuff like that, they really don't know how to trade. They really don't know what they be doing. They really want to be able to show you that the market's been on a non-stop consistent uptrend for so long, and these markets literally have been on the most bull run, literally consistently for the last year straight. What we're seeing right now is a rarity in the markets. We talking about people who've been in the markets for 60 years can tell you they've never seen anything like this before. This comes down to understanding your strategies. This comes down to understanding diversification. Comes down to understanding your goal and your role, creating your natural consistency, making sure that you fight the FOMO, which is probably the hardest thing too. I'm not gonna lie. Like fighting the FOMO and agree, it be a doozy sometimes, you know. But if you stick in your 7 to 15% every single time, and you are seeing the videos and seeing the alert time, I'm telling you that these things are getting ready to come in for a huge income reversal back on 8-4 2 months ago. Then you would have been able to see things like SMCI 2 months ago down at the bottom when I was saying that these overall AI shifts, NVIDIA's, techs, and AMDs and whatnot, getting ready to make said move. You see that on time. Where we at with that? And welcome anybody who joining in on the Bankability Classroom. Currently doing a video on the most active stocks and telling a bunch of people that they don't know how to trade. Y'all know how that go. Let's get right back into it with SMCI filling up towards filling up towards that gap. Now, SMCI coming into the next year going to be very good, like I say, because it's cheaper than the Nvidias and the AMDs and whatnot. So people who can't afford those bigger ones, you're going to want to be going to this one. And if you go and the people like the big tech industries that can't afford Nvidia chips and whatnot, and I think they next big chips are going to be the big Blackwell chips. They can't afford those, so they're gonna be going for cheaper SMCI type chips and tech and stuff like that. And if you're a big tech industry and you ain't and your tech ain't with Nvidia, then you ain't got the best tech. That's how it really that's Nvidia's leading the world. It's coming down. It's really like that, you know. So watch out for these techs and watch out for these AIs and whatnot. Another thing you'll be watching out for. Okay, so if you've been messing around with the ACHRs and the HOVR and the Joby and whatnot, and you see this big dip coming in, a huge candlestick, remember, always have your 7 to 15% stop loss. Always have your 7 to 15% stop loss up in there. Okay. Now coming down to this, what's happening right now? Just you guys keep saying, I'm just gonna make another ACHR video and whatnot. You got swing traders that are locking in gains. And all those swing traders locking in gains is scaring out the long-term investors. We got a lot of people that don't know about the markets, don't know about investing, caught into a new rally, they getting scared. They see money going away. Y'all know how that go. If you already been in these markets for so long and been trading with me for so long, you already know. Have your 7 to 15% stop loss. And if you're really feeling confident, then you good. Because if you got in where we got in at the very bottom, then you ain't got nothing to worry about in the stock pulling back like this. But let's continue on though with KULR going down to a quick dip here on KULR. Currently, right now, Curl is becoming a very good stock. We've seen for a while Curl or Cooler, however y'all want to pronounce it. This one was wrecked for a while. It really didn't do too much. It had struggles just even gearing up. Now this is a very good time, and this is one of those tech stocks that you want to be looking deeper into. Here on KURL, as KURL becoming fundamentally sound, everybody's getting ready to start to go for KURL for these incoming rounds that are happening. You're not gonna be able to catch all the stocks on time. You just get what you can while you can. And the stocks that you don't catch, or if you don't see the videos on time and stuff like that, then you just use that as study material. Just use that as study material, because right now this is still a good study for anybody for everybody, for the whole world. Everything is all about knowing and expand and growing and stuff like that. So you can study this and recognize how they play around, what those big words for, like how that news affects and stuff like that. Then you'll be most on point. Last we got SNTI. This one comes in
Hey
for
Bill,
yes sir.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I bought fun in the morning at 468 and it's 450. Should I average it more?
No, sir. No, sir. What we would like to do is while we facing all the day traders and the market conditions and whatnot in through the days, so it'd be best for us to wait towards the after hours. That way we ain't got to deal with all the day traders and all the stuff like that. So if we wait to the after hours and things get even more bearish, you got a much better price to average down in at. And if things get bullish naturally, you ain't got to do nothing, you
Yeah,
know?
makes sense. Yeah, that's right.
hmm
Yeah,
So
correct.
we prefer to. I don't know what time it is where you at, but we prefer to wait until about 2 p.m. The market's close to me around like 3:30, something like that. And around 2 p.m., all the day traders are done because the day over with. And now it's swing trader time, the overnight swing trader, no less. And then we got today being all bearish and choppy and whatnot. And then tomorrow morning, they gonna want to go ahead and get a quick round of bulls because as you know, that oversold, turn back into overbought, and these bears turn back into bulls. Billy Banks. And to finish this off, we got SNTI. Guys, SNTI coming in for the most massive extreme bull run of any stock across the board on this, pushing up over. I didn't catch this, but this stock up like 400% right now. It was up even more than 400% right now. If you were in on SNTI at the very bottom, let's go check this out. Look at this. How I close this out. SNTI coming in for the extreme bull run. This is wild. This is up over 500, almost 400 or 500%. I wonder what's going on. They have to come out with news or something to do this. Let's go see in the
Is
Discord
anybody
what's going on.
talking in here? I can't hear a thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, no, I can't. Thank
mic
you,
check. I
Dragonfly.
cool.
He probably got to relog in or something like that. Yep, you probably got to relog in. But we were having SNTI alerts early on this morning at 7 a.m. This is going out in the parabolic scan by. This be going to those premium members, the ones that know what they doing, don't got no questions, and are ready to advance in their trading strategies. The ones that are ready to catch stocks at the very bottom when they first get alerted, and the parabolics have $4 all the way to the top of $17 for a massive 500-700% gain, and you lock those in. How do you know it's like that in? Well, you're gonna see that thing become overbought and dangerous, and get ready to make that next round of that bearish divergence. And guys, these are the most active stocks on the market. Okay, if you're seeing this on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, wherever you at, get this thing a like, share this thing out somewhere. I know these videos go kind of fast, but it's a lot of information to get through, and I try not to add too much in on you. So you'll be able to digest everything. I look forward to the next video. So we'll dive deeper and deeper later on this afternoon. I'm gonna be updating those 52-week lows, the stocks that I was just showing you, the stocks that are next to explode. I'll see y'all in there. Happy trade.